And we are back.
We're back.
Neat.
Hey, guys.
Do this thing, woman. Entertain us.
What the fuck do you mean?
I don't know. Entertain us. Do something. Perform, monkey.
It's gonna be dun 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 dun. That's all I got.
Okay.
Oh yeah. You might been hurt, babe.
You're going to get us a violation. All right. Now I have to figure out how to keep all the microphones going when they need to be going. AJ just asked Steve if he's going to be monitoring this for things. So, yes, you have the Google chat pulled up, Steve?
Google chat is up.
Okay.
Fantastic.
All right. So do you want to jump into some bullshit? There's 315 people watching. We can go right into the TikTok things. We can talk about your women's segment. We can talk about our new coffee blind. We can talk about...
Coffee blind.
Line.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, the whole To Be Better brew.
We can talk about the women's segment.
Okay, let's do that.
Recorded the first episode last night. Pretty fucking stoked about that. I think it came out very well. Going to be recording my little diatribe for it tomorrow. That is going to be my women's call to action. I'm going to cry. If you guys want to be on the women's segment, email me, peaches@tobebetter.com. I am already scheduling people.
Got to be here, and you got to be able to come to the studio, though. We're not doing this shit on Zoom.
You have to be able to come to Florida to be in studio.
And if you're an influencer or therapist or something that we think that will give us real value by having you on the podcast, there could be a discussion of expenses being paid to get you here. I am definitely willing to pay for influencers to come to Florida.
Yeah.
So
I am very excited to name the segment. It was like an epiphany for me.
are you going to face that screen the entire time that we're here?
What do you mean? No, I'm smoking, and
Okay.
I can't do that on TikTok.
Gotcha.
So I'll get...
I was just going to move the camera otherwise. Because,
I mean, this is comfortable for me.
yeah. Wait, I got so used to just looking straight ahead at the camera to see you sitting across from me, and now that we've moved you, it sucks.
Yeah.
I can hear somebody's phone in the mic. All right, you guys want to jump into some videos?
Yeah.
All right,
Let's go.
let's do this. Let's see if I can do this easily today. Redirecting me to TikTok.
Who do I talk to about getting on the women's segment? You talk to me.
Yeah, literally just told you how to do that.
Email me, peaches@tobebetter.com.
All right, here we go for the first video. Is this wrong? I'm willing to bet the answer is yes.
Maybe.
If you have to ask that, you fucking know already.
Especially at a wedding.
All right.
I'm ready.
And Douglas, go ahead and read your vows to your beautiful bride.
Okay. I wrote them down. I'm a little nervous. Wow.
Look at the fucking defeat on her face,
She's
dude.
devastated.
Wow.
And people are laughing at it.
Yeah, it's apparently real funny. That's the state of affairs that we're in. This is supposed to be a woman's, like the woman's happiest day of their life, right?
Right.
And we've talked about this, and I got a lot of shit about it because people don't believe that. They want to argue that women don't think about their wedding from childhood, and like that's something that a lot of women, especially our age range, dream about forever. You want that picture perfect fucking wedding. And this dude just ruined that whole thing by trying to be funny.
By making a joke for the boys
While reading his vows.
while reading his vows.
Yeah. Let's make our covenant to each other, the three of us, me, you, and God,
As a joke.
as a joke. Yeah. Really setting the tone for that marriage.
People sign the marriage license before the wedding, right? Like, does everybody do that? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I mean, you can. You normally do it after, but I mean, it depends. It depends on where you're doing your wedding.
That would be a moment of we need to reevaluate everything we're doing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You'd shut that shit down, huh?
Oh, real quick. I would have walked away.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, okay, what do you find more offensive, this or the cake scenario where she explicitly told her husband, I don't want cake shoved in my face?
The vow thing.
This is more disrespectful?
100%, yeah.
Why?
because this is going to be your promise to me for the rest of our life.
Yep.
This is something that you were supposed to put a lot of thought into, a lot of emotion. This is the rest of our fucking life, and now you've made it a joke.
Yep. That's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough. I'm going to pull that back up again because I want you guys to see that. I wish I could. Can I make this full screen? Will that work?
Yep.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that shit.
He's grinning, fucking smiling, and she looks like she's getting ready to cry.
Yep.
She's looking like she's getting ready to cry.
Does it look like this dude back here kind of knew it was coming?
Like he was in on it? Play it again.
Or just that he knew it was happening? Yeah, I'll play it again. Oh, I did not mean to heart
kidding,
react
it's
that. Why won't it just back up?
I'm kidding. It's a joke. Stop.
And Douglas, go ahead and read your vows to your beautiful.
Listen to his voice.
Right.
He's in on it.
He knows. Look at the way he's looking at him.
I wrote them down. I'm a little nervous.
Okay, pause it for me. She looked so excited. He was like, I had to write it down.
Yeah, she was like, this is
A lot.
sweet.
She was like, oh my God, he's getting ready to say the sweetest shit. And it says, help me.
Mm-hmm.
That fucked her up.
I need you to continue sitting where you're at. I'm going to play the camera game for a second.
Okay. So, oh,
Oh.
you're doing okay. I'm just gonna shut up. This is one of those moments,
Yeah.
like passenger,
Mm-hmm.
passenger driver. You know what you're doing. I got nothing to say.
I would hope that you think I know what I'm doing, because I have been doing this for a hot minute for you. How's that? How are we? Are we pretty much the same height? Kinda. You're a little bit
Kinda.
bigger, but how's that? Does that work for you?
I hate it.
You, you want me to put it back the way that it was?
I prefer it the other way. Yeah.
You got to turn away from me then.
Okay. Thank you for putting it back. I appreciate you doing that. It was the computer screen that did
Yeah.
it for me.
No, I
Yeah.
know. Now you're way taller than I am. Now we play the camera game while we're live. This is super effective, right?
We promise we're all professionals.
It's worse.
Oh, it sure fucking is, isn't it? I can't see the thing.
Okay, I'll let you know when to stop. That's good. You did great.
I mean, you're still gonna be way taller than me, though.
Oh no.
You know what was crazy to me in that video?
What's that?
That there was only 3 people laughing.
Yeah,
Now, how many people were at that wedding?
that's a good question. Oh, I would have been there's so many emotions in that moment. I would be embarrassed. My mom's here.
She was so devastated that she couldn't even hit him with full force with that
Yeah.
bouquet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, could you imagine being the father of the bride?
I'd have shot him.
Yeah.
I bet there could have been conversations of like, is this really what you want? Whatever. And then boom. Prove my parents right.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
All right, let's do the next one.
Next one.
Load. Pause. Oh, there's music.
Get ready to.
Let's see. I'm going to mute this so that we don't get demonetized. Never forgetting the time my best friend and I went out to dinner to talk about our lives, and a therapist who sat at the table next to us gave us her business card. That's not cute. That's not funny. You're not
Right.
special. And your mask is fucking stupid and does absolutely nothing for you.
Not a flex.
No, it's not.
That is. I carry business cards in my purse specifically to give to couples I hear arguing in public.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is because you need help. It's not because, oh my God, girl, I can't believe that.
Yep.
It's. That's our society. That's the mindset of people. I'm uncomfortable.
Yep.
I'm a
All right, we're gonna go to a different one. I did not enjoy that at all. All right, this is an app to translate wife. I actually think that I've seen this, and this is probably going to have a whole lot to talk about, or a whole lot for me to say. Pause. Oh, this is a comedian. This is not what I thought it was. All right, ready, woman?
yes.
Something like that for me and my wife texting. So I would get her text in the language that I like, and that she gets the text in the language that she likes. For example, she went to get tea yesterday. So she was like, hey, I know I said I'm going to be 20 minutes, but I'm going to be like an hour, because here's what happened. I went to Trader Joe's, and I wanted to get hibiscus tea. But the hibiscus that they have over there is mixed with turmeric. And I'm allergic to turmeric. So I was like, oh my God, it's so humid. And now I have to walk to Whole Foods. So I went to Whole Foods. And I finally found it. It was all the way in the top shelf. But there was a really kind guy who helped me. And then I was in line, long line. But anyway, there was an old lady. And she loved my skirt. And I was like, do you also do yoga? And then we talked about yoga for like... And I feel like I have a new friend. And like, I'm so happy because this is the perfect day to make a new friend and drink some tea. And I wish that she could send that text, and then the app would just go beep, 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 boop, and then it would get to me, be like, I bought tea.
All right.
She's excited to share her day with you.
That is a request for connection. That's what that is.
Yeah.
That's a request for connection.
And he just wants to know.
Just
she bought
shut it
tea.
the fuck down. I don't care about what happened in your day. Just tell me you bought the tea and shut the fuck up. That's what I got from that conversation.
That made me sad because I do that.
Right, but I indulge that.
Yeah, you do.
Like if you were doing something at a store and like you ran into somebody that you knew years ago the other day and you gave me a whole rundown of what happened. I was fully engaged in the conversation because if that didn't matter to you, you wouldn't have told me.
Right.
So that request for connection, I gave you my undivided attention and we had a discussion about it. This is common sense shit. I understand that most men and most women that are married don't like each other. This is the proof of that.
Yeah.
This is simple shit. Like if we were driving and I'm like, babe, look at that bike. And you were like, yeah, whatever. I'd be like, okay, cool. Fuck me then. Right? Like that's how I would take that. So it's the same exact thing. Mm-hmm. If I'm excited about something or you're excited about something, even if we're not excited about it, we need to be excited about it.
I get hyped up about shit for you.
We should.
Yeah. I send you pictures of cool cars that I see.
Yeah, you do. And I appreciate the shit out of it because I like old cars. I'm not going to watch the rest of this video. There's nothing else that he's going to say that's going to change my opinion of what he did.
Yeah, just...
yes, it's a comedian. Yes, it's supposed to be funny. It's funny because there's truth in it. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people don't have the ability to withstand a normal conversation with their woman.
They just don't like their person.
Women definitely get into a whole lot of other dialogue that men don't get into. We are very to the point. We don't need all of that. But you and I are around each other all the time. If we have the ability to have a conversation about something that we haven't had the conversation about yet, I'm going to take advantage of that. Mm-hmm. Because otherwise we're going to sit there in silence. Right?
Right. Let me ask you a question.
No.
Okay.
$20.
How about a kiss?
I'll take it. Smooches. 20 smooches.
20 smooches.
I'm going to start a tab.
Can I tip you 10?
Oh, man. You win. That was good.
Y'all want me to walk away for a minute?
So my question, I recognize that you are somebody who is very straight to the point.
Yes.
So do you think you're so willing to indulge my massive diatribes about my day? Because a lot of the time I do get straight to the point with things that matter.
You always get to the point with things that matter. You never pussyfoot to the details because you know I need the details. When you give me details about things that you're not excited about, it's a lot harder to listen to. Like when you're just going on diatribe about things that are bad because I'm a fixer. Like I need to know what's really going on so that I can just fix what's happening. But so to answer your question, yes and no. Yes, I do know that if it's important, you will absolutely get directly to the point. And no, I don't do that because you're straight to the point. I'm willing to indulge and be invested because I know that you're having a good day or you're excited to tell me something and the details matter to you or you wouldn't be doing that.
So I'm going to rephrase.
Okay.
Do you think you are more eager to listen to those super excited days because it's not every single conversation? I imagine, like, to get to that point, that there's frustration there. I just want her to tell me she bought tea. So that means every time she's coming to him about something, it's this long fucking roadmap to just get to the point, whether it be good or bad, or I need $20 to go grocery shopping.
No, I don't think it's the case.
Okay.
And here's the reason why I don't think that's the case. Have you ever heard a man act like that towards his best friend because his best friend has given him details? Because we treat our best friends differently than we treat our partners in most cases, unless your partner is your best friend, and then you're like I am, you're lucky as fuck. But like that's a real thing. People have best friends that last 50 years, and they never treat their best friends the way they treat their partners. That is a request for connection. If people do that all the fucking time, I believe that they are not getting satiated with the attention that they need.
They're starving for it.
Yeah, and I think that that's an indicator of that.
Okay. Good conversation.
Yeah, I think so. You got anything else on that one, or are you ready for the next one?
I'm ready for the next one.
Word. You owe me 30 smooches, by the way.
Okay. I'm good for it, I promise.
All right, let's see if there's audio to this one with sound. Nope. Okay. Don't settle for the guys who bring you flowers every once in a while. Marry the guy who will refuse to go to bed without you and insist on staying up late when you have to work into the night just so you don't have to be alone. Even when he can't keep his eyes open, those are the keepers.
Time for bed.
You going?
That's our life.
Damn, are you going?
That's our life.
That is.
We there are numerous times where you're on the couch sleeping. I'm like, babe, just go to bed. I'm gonna be up for like another 2 hours. Just go to bed. And you're like, nope, we don't do that. And you refuse to go to bed without me. That's our life. And
Yeah.
there's times where I can't stay awake anymore. I'm like, I can't do this. I'm ready for bed. And you're like, okay, we're going to bed. Like, that's just the way shit goes. Like, I don't know. I think that that's a very healthy thing. I think that when you start breaking that mindset and get into the habit of going to bed without your person, you are ending your day alone.
Yeah,
And I think that subconsciously that could affect us long term.
I agree. I've never had that where we go to bed together.
Every
Whether
night.
I'm falling asleep on the couch or you falling asleep at 9 o'clock and I'm awake until 1 a.m. laying in bed watching TV.
Yeah. Okay. So we've made TikToks in the past about how I was originally always the guy that didn't want to be touched.
Yeah.
Like, I need you to be on your side of the bed for me to sleep. Now, within 15 minutes of us laying down and you on my chest, I fall asleep every night.
Yeah.
It's almost instant. Like, that's my routine now. You're my security blanket when I go to bed at night, right? So, like, even if we went to bed at different times, unless I was physically fucking exhausted, I don't think that I would be able to just fall asleep like that. Like, it would feel wrong.
Yeah, there have been times where, when I went and did boyfriend's night at Olive Garden, I didn't get home until like 10:30. And you text me, you're like, hey, I'm going to go lay down. I'm really tired at like 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I got home and you were still awake in bed.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And
wouldn't
you're
go
like,
to sleep
and
until
you're
that
like, I
one.
can't. You're not here.
Yep. Guys, I'm seeing super chats coming through. I appreciate that. We're going to get through these videos and we're going to read some supers. We are going to do an article that has some statistics on it, and then we are going to Q&A with you guys for the rest of the night. So stay with us. I know this is not super exciting stuff, but bear with us. Some of you guys actually enjoy this. Hey, I just did that one. My biggest flex. Yeah. Oh, there's music on this one. AJ likes these videos that don't have any sustenance to them. They're just text over music. This is his jam. My biggest flex is that I am married to a man who can literally do anything. I genuinely believe this man can accomplish anything he puts his mind to. When something breaks, I don't even sweat it because I inherently believe he can fix it. You are not married to that man.
I am, though.
You're not.
The house could burn down. I'd be like, my husband's got me.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I would buy us another house.
Right.
But this, I'm not a fix-it guy.
No, you're a hire somebody to do it, but I know
Yeah.
that you're gonna do that.
If I can figure it out, I'll fix the shit myself. But otherwise, I'm calling somebody, and if they're not available, I'm hiring somebody. Because my luck is I'm going to do something and I'm going to skip a step and it's going to make it worse. And I'd rather get it done right the first time and not worry about it. However, YouTube degrees exist. So you feel that way about me, huh?
Oh yeah, yep, yeah. I could receive a phone call while I'm out picking up the kids that our house is gone, I'd be like, okay. Because I know that you've already got someplace for us to go to. You've already have everything figured out. Groceries are bought. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Groceries would not be bought.
You would tell me I need to do it.
Either
way, it would get taken care of.
Yeah, you would either have to go
know.
or we would Instacart. Like,
I would know that the groceries were needed.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be we're at whatever hotel room we're at. All right, well, now you got to figure out groceries. We're staying here, figure out groceries and bring them.
Yeah. Yep, let me know how much you need. Oh, man.
I'm so tired.
There's 600 people watching us right now, though.
There are almost 800 people on TikTok.
Gangster. All right, this one's called BPD math. Let's see what this one does.
Okay, I'm ready for this.
I love how people just make shit up. BPD relatable. I actually really like this chick's content, so I doubt she's going to be saying anything stupid. I'm optimistic. Oh, wait, it's muted. Let's try that again.
Okay.
Y'all see that trend that says boy math? How about BPD math? You're smiling at your phone? You're definitely cheating. You bring me home flowers? You must have done something wrong. If I tell you something and you respond in a neutral tone, you're definitely plotting abandonment.
Ooh.
We get in a fight, I'm promoting abandonment, and you leave. Why did you abandon me? I didn't actually mean it. I say I love you and you respond with love you. You definitely don't. You secretly hate me. You say you can handle me, but that's a lie. Because the moment the BPD is quaking, you're out. You hug and kiss me and say goodbye and then go to work? I don't even remember that you love or care for me. Oh, but you reassured me 5 minutes ago via text? Well, my brain has already found 10 contradictions as to why that's not true.
I don't think this is math. This is
just the
this
way-
is toxic mental illness. This is
Yeah.
what borderline looks like. I don't know where the math aspect of that came in or why that would be considered a thing. Is there something
It's just
that
the
I
way
missed with-
people find conclusions to things.
Okay.
That's the math.
Okay,
Yeah, all of that is the nasty side of BPD.
it is. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
We only have 87 likes, I'm
Is that
disgusted.
accurate? No, we got 109.
109, and there's 800 people watching. Please like the video. I'd appreciate it. Apparently that does something.
I'm gonna try something real quick. I just noticed that AJ sent a PNG file over, so if you guys will
Okay.
just bear with me for a minute, I'm gonna give you to Peaches so she can keep you entertained.
All right, I'm going to have to do the thing on TikTok. Can I what
Nope.
is it?
That way.
Maybe, yeah.
I actually don't think that this is gonna work. I think that I'm gonna end up making a big fucking mess of our stream. I'm gonna try anyways, though.
I got shamed into a like. Yeah, you did. Sorry. How about we like the video because the content's doing something for you? And if it's not, I understand. I get it. I would break out the saxophone if I had it. It is currently sitting in the bedroom. I told our shop manager 2 years ago that I was going to memorize Careless Whisper on the saxophone for her. And I have yet to do that.
I was there when you said that.
No, someone who bared witness watching me fib.
I'm gonna text her real quick. No, I'm just kidding.
She reminds me about it sometimes.
Oh, does she?
She'll hit me with it, yeah.
Oh man.
Remember you said you would do this?
So if I put this on the main screen, it blocks the subscriber thing that comes up.
Okay.
And if I put it up there, it blocks the ad, the super chat thing and the person who gave the last super chats. So how long do we leave this on? Do we want to just leave this up here for a little bit to showcase that we have our own coffee now? Because that's pretty
Yeah.
fucking gangster.
I would
Yeah.
leave that there maybe 20 minutes.
Okay, should I turn the alerts off for now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna leave the alerts on. I like seeing those. It makes me feel like we are special individuals. All right, so there was one more thing that Steve sent that was an article. Steve, you got that article pulled up?
Oh yes, I do.
Okay, let's start with that.
All right, so this week in Forbes health.com, they posted an article about dating app statistics. So a survey from one poll, Forbes Health, conducted in August 2023, they polled 5,000 people. They were all here in the U.S. who have actively used a dating site or app within the last 5 years. And they looked into how people date, how they prefer to date, online, app-based. It's a lot. And one of the first statistics I found pretty interesting, nearly 70% of individuals who met on a dating app said it led to a romantic, exclusive relationship, while 28% said it did not.
All right, pause. Let's talk about that, babe, because we know better. We've done studies on this extensively because of Tinder and the conversations that we've had. 70% of individuals who met somebody on a dating app said that it led to a romantic, exclusive relationship. We know how many men get matched versus how many women get matched.
Right.
How accurate do you believe that number is? Because I don't.
Out of 5,000 people?
Yep.
How many of them were women that they asked?
They did not disclose that.
Okay, so that matters.
It does.
Okay, so we'll call this debunk then.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
So the next one that I found interesting was males were more likely to have met someone on a dating app and have it lead to an exclusive relationship. And that number was 75%, compared to 66% of females.
Do you remember the stats on that? Wasn't it like 1 in 7 women get matched and 1 in 3 men? Or was it a lot higher than that? Because those stats were different.
It was higher for women.
Right.
Well, no, because it was matches. Long-term relationship, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But percentage of matches was higher for women.
Right.
So that could be accurate.
Okay. So we're not going to debunk that one. We'll call that one accurate.
Okay.
All right.
All right, here's one. This is from the government. U.S.
We know this is a lie.
Right. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, nearly 47% of the U.S. population, just over 117 million people, are currently single.
I believe that. Wait, where was that at so that I can read it? So that I need to see it.
Further down, dating statistics.
Okay, yeah, 47% of the U.S. population are currently single.
Okay, so there's what, 376 million, give or take?
Yeah, it's getting close to 400 million people
Yeah.
in the United States.
Okay, so a third. Like, if raw numbers.
Can read the one underneath of that.
Sure. The average age of people who are getting married has increased as those people are choosing to take that step later in life. The average age for a first marriage for men is 30, while for women it's 28.
In 1970, the average marriage age was 23 years old.
Across the board.
Across the board, it was 23
Wow.
years old. Which means that in 50 years, marriage has become such a joke because of the lack of faith and Christianity being a big fucking joke to everyone and the vows not being sincere and men and women doing the shit that they're doing, including not believing in
A sanctity of
the sanctity of marriage. Yeah. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word, but that's exactly what I was looking for. And, just being like, if this doesn't work, we can get a divorce and fucking, and then obviously the divorce culture to get money and all of that nonsense. But to think that it's jumped 7 years, what does that say about where we are as a culture? Because at 23 years old, at that time, a lot of those people were able to support themselves on a single income. You were able to get married at 23 years old and have a normal trade job and be able to support a family at that. Thoughts?
I think a lot of things looked different back then, including just what work looked like.
Yeah.
50 years ago. Hang on. That's
When
not
did the
1800s.
Vietnam War end? 77? Officially?
I want to say it was 78, 79 in that neighborhood.
Can you check that stat, please?
Yep. Stand by.
So much is automated now. Even McDonald's is becoming automated. So jobs are changing. The legacy is not the word, but when somebody dedicates themselves to a trade and they are good at that fucking trade, that art is lost. That's not a thing anymore because things have become so disposable.
So 1969 through 1973, and then the official end date was April 30th, 1975.
Okay.
Way off.
So that's about the time that the statistics started changing in those numbers. And I wonder if that has anything to do with the inability to get veterans mental health like therapy, PTSD, and things like that
Right.
when they got back.
When you think about a whole generation
Yeah.
was damaged.
Yep. My father was a Vietnam vet. So like, and though I'm not close to him, I have heard stories of the things that he's gone through, and I've seen the hardships in that man's life. That war did a lot to people. And like these men who were drafted that didn't want to fucking be there, that had to go anyways, came back and should have been drafted as heroes, but they were fighting a war that the government wanted, and the people hated them for it.
Yeah.
And what is the option? You go and fight the war, or you get fucking court-martialed and you go to jail. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think that has a lot to do with it.
You know, as we discussed, there are some men who just aren't oaks.
Yeah.
And those men being sent over there for war, coming back, that's a lot to think about.
Yeah. Well, when you think about testosterone levels in men too, it was double or triple what men are now.
Yeah.
So those men, even those men who weren't oaks, they still weren't willows back then. Like they naturally were more manly.
Yeah.
But it also comes down to the food. You know what I mean?
Oh, God, I feel like I'm living in one massive conspiracy theory.
Yep. All right, let's have another one, Steve.
All right. Online dating is still very popular, with nearly 3 in 10 U.S. adults saying they have used a dating site or app, and more than 40% stating that online dating has made dating easier for them.
Ooh, that's a hell of a statement.
Right?
What do you think about that, babe?
Dating, I believe that. Long-term
40% stating that online dating is easier.
dating, I do believe that because everybody's inside right now, but not long term.
What? I muted you. Oh. Okay, well, that's good to know. All right, sorry, guys.
Sorry about that.
What was I saying?
We were talking about dating being easier.
Oh yeah, I do believe that it makes dating easier. That's not saying the quality of dating is any better or you're finding more quality people on the dating apps. I do think that you get a longer reach on dating apps though. Larger reach.
Yeah. So with it being easier, because you can just swipe,
Right.
where's the courting phase? Where's the dating phase? Where's the problem solving, learning how to communicate with each other? Where's
not.
the real connection there? Of course it's fucking easier because you're just getting your dick wet. Like, I don't see how that's not sustainable. Unreal.
Yeah. Met a dude I did a dating app once when I was like 17. And I met a dude 2 days after talking to him, he professed his love to me.
Professed.
Yeah. It was a lot. Oh, am I supposed to be entertaining?
I switched it over so that I can take the coffee ad off because AJ misspelled something on the coffee ad.
So we're just gonna do a moment, I guess. How's everybody tonight? I'm having fun. I'm enjoying this.
All right, so let's go. I'm going to just run through the cameras real quick to get an issue. And that should do all of it. Okay, dope. All right, let's have the next one, Steve.
All right.
All right. So this one, data from the Pew Research Center has found that 47% of Americans say dating is harder now than it was 10 years ago.
Why do you think that is?
Well,
Babe. Steve's
What's
like,
that?
don't ask me. I don't
you looked
fucking
right
know.
at me, and I was like,
That's because you're sitting across from me. It's
probably- yeah,
The
it-
room is different now.
yeah.
I wasn't paying attention because you looked at him. What?
One more time, Steve.
Data from the Pew Research Center has found that 47% of Americans say dating is harder now than it was 10 years ago.
It's hard to meet people when you don't leave your house.
That's it. I think it's more than that too, though. I think that the Me Too movement and women screaming that they've been harassed because a man pays them a compliment has destroyed that.
I think I agree. I'm going to add on to that. There's also a learned social anxiety now. People are too scared to communicate.
Yep. I read an article the other day that said young men are no longer asking women to date.
I believe that.
that women are the ones who have to initiate conversation because it has been beaten into young men so much that you are a predator if you pay a woman a compliment or if you try to engage them in a conversation that they don't want to have. and really that they don't want to have comes down to you. So if you are a good-looking man and they find you physically attractive, it's okay to have those conversasations. But if you're a fucking neckbeard and they don't like the way you look, you can't approach them or pay them a compliment, or you're harassing them.
Right.
That's why dating is harder, because you can no longer have those casual conversations without being fucking accused of something.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, you add on top of people not leaving their house anymore, people having most of their communication through text messages, not learning body language and tone and having that understanding of how to communicate with people. Of course it's fucking harder. And it's going to get worse.
Yes. Yes, it is.
All right. Last one, Steve. Give us one more and we're going to start doing some
So this
Q&A.
is under, sure. This is under dating and mental health statistics. A cross-sectional study of 475 people over the age of 18 in 2020 found that those who used swiped-based dating apps experienced significantly higher rates of psychological distress, anxiety, and depression.
What do you think of that one, babe?
I need it read to me one more time.
All right.
Absolutely. That was a tongue twister, too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A cross-sectional study of 475 people over the age of 18 in 2020 found that those who use swipe-based dating apps experienced significantly higher rates of psychological distress, anxiety, and depression.
I believe that. When people are so desperate for love and they are swiping and swiping and swiping and swiping, and one day goes by and they don't have any matches, and they're like, okay, well, maybe tomorrow. And then a week goes by, and now every time their phone pings, like, oh my God, is it a match? No, it's my mom texting me.
Yep.
There is now that, the anxiety, the depression of why am I not good enough? I hear dudes on this app all the time meeting new people. What's wrong with me?
Yeah. Well, those same dudes make up like 3%.
Yeah.
Wasn't the number like 3 to 5%?
I want to say 3 to 5%.
Yeah. There were people on there who hadn't had matches in a month, like at all, right? So that we know that that's a thing. I heard something the other day, and this is going to get religious for those of you who don't like religion, tough shit. I'm going to say it anyways. When God created Adam and then created Eve, Adam did not meet his full potential as a man and a leader until God made Eve. When he said, name the things, Adam was like, I don't know what to do. He's like, help me out, God. And God was like, I got you. And he gave him a woman. And Adam was like, all right, let's fucking run this shit. Because men are at their best when they have a good woman beside them. I truly believe that. That's the way that we are made. You get a man that does not have a woman and he does not have purpose. If he doesn't have children, he doesn't have purpose. You find these men that just kind of go through life fucking not really ever accomplishing anything. It's because they're not working towards or for something. They're just existing. So for men who don't have a purpose and don't have the ability to communicate and talk to women, who then rely on a dating app, but because they don't know how to articulate themselves, don't even know how to put some fancy shit into a profile. No one ever taught them how to properly dress. They don't understand the angles that women do, so they get on a fucking dating app and they don't get any matches. Do you ever see them having the self-esteem or the purpose-driven shit that men need to actually be successful? Like, of course that's going to affect the mental health of a fucking man. In tirade.
It's a lot to process.
I believe it. I truly believe that. I am at my best when you're like, you got this, babe. Remember who you are. Like, I fucking know who I am, goddamn. I'm doing it, woman. Like, that kind of hype goes a long fucking way for me. And I can be having a bad day and be like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And you're like, I got faith in you. All right. You're right. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something. It's going to happen now. I have people eyes on me. Let's go. It may not be the best move, but it'll be something to get us going. I'm going to take a step and then I'm going to take another one and then another one because she's fucking believing in me. Like, for men who don't have that and they're relying on dating apps, or they've got women who make fun of them all the fucking time, or like they throw their insecurities in their faces, or they do the shit that we see so many fucking people in our lives doing, and then they wonder why their man is depressed and miserable and thinking about deleting themselves on a regular basis. Like, a lot of that comes down to them being in a hollow situation where they don't have purpose. I believe that wholeheartedly, full chest. Does not surprise me at all with the mental health thing.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to move on to super chats because we have supers to read. I'm going to pull them over to your screen, though, so you can read them. Oh, wait, these are from last
Am I okay? I'm reading them.
Wednesday. This is from today. Boink. Ooh.
Ooh, okay. From Mika, you two made my marriage so much stronger. We are finally thinking like a team, and the results have been so amazing. We are finally prosperous, and a big part of that is the advice you two have given.
Did that zoom on your screen? Is it too big?
No, that's good.
Okay. The super chats are different now because,
It's not on a phone.
yeah, why is this? Oh, there we go. Next one. Boink.
From Nicole, my son's dad OD'd, and y'all have been helping us.
How have we been helping you? How have we been helping you? Is he,
Right.
like, did he survive the OD? Is he no longer with us? You gave us $2 to tell us that. I need a whole lot more information.
More information on that.
Boom. What's this one?
Kimberly, you guys seriously changed lives. Love it. I'm emailing Peaches about being a guest on her segment.
Love that.
I love that too.
You're going to have some pretty interesting guests on here.
I am so excited. All right, Tony sent $20.
No
Thank you.
text. No text. Just some monies. Is there text on this one? Nope.
From Bradley, I've been watching you two on TikTok, but it's been my weekly thing while I meal prep to listen to you on YouTube. I can tell there is a lot of work in your relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's constant grind.
Yeah.
What are you meal prepping? I want to know what you're eating.
I've been waiting for this one.
Oh, shit. James in the chat.
You want to read it?
Yeah. James Armstrong. Proud of y'all. Need more folks like you in the world. So we actually read some text messages from him. He gave us permission to put it, and I think it's going into episode 16 or 17 of R&R. And that whole thing created a really good conversation between the two of us. Like,
did.
I am super fucking stoked for that. There's not a whole lot of times in life where I'm like, I'm really proud of the way I handled that. But after I did it, I was like, babe, look at this. So stupid. It's funny. All right.
Aloha Snack Bar. I've been following,
That's funny. Okay, that's funny.
I've been following since February. My life, marriage, and mental health are bliss. Mental health are bliss thanks to you guys. My husband now listens too, and I'm in Discord.
Love that. Thank you for the support. You guys don't understand this Patreon shit's about to get wild with these interviews.
Yeah.
Yep. There's now 5 or 6 episodes of backlog for AJ to edit right now.
Yeah.
And we still have today's, which I'm uploading currently. And then we have interviews next week too.
Yep.
Yeah, shit's moving.
From Sabrina, my dog Bowser is currently sitting on the couch with me and watching this live. I took a video, I'll post it in Discord.
All right.
I love seeing people's animals. Another one from Sabrina, bring out the mini violin. I don't remember why, but there's always a reason for a mini violin. From Ashley, send 99 cents. Thank you.
Yep, no text.
If you guys meant to send a message, somebody will help you. Lorraine got a membership for 6 months. I'm finally cresting over the hill in low self-worth, and seeing and realizing that I am better than the negative thoughts. I envision my life being better than I thought I was deserving. Thank you.
So I heard something, dude. I'm going to do this. I wasn't going to do this, but I am going to do this. I heard something today. We all know that I don't go to church, but I get my sermon on YouTube.
Right.
Right. And the preacher that was doing his thing today, I had to pause it. I had to run it back. And it was like 5 or 6 times, right? I couldn't just let it go.
Right.
He was talking about people who have low self-esteem and like when something goes really wrong and they start talking bad about themselves. He was like, how does that sound? And he said that every time he has that counseling with somebody, they always say that the voice in their head says, you're a piece of shit. You're never going to be anything. The world would be better if you weren't here. And he said that that's the enemy. He said, when you are doing anything else in your life, when do you think in the second person? And it hit me, right? Because it's never, I'm a piece of shit. You know what I mean? It's never, I
Right.
should just off myself. I don't have those kind of thoughts. When I have those thoughts, it's always
You.
right, the world would be better if you're not here kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So because Lorraine said that and it made me think about that for a minute, the next time you guys have that thought and you have a you statement instead of an I statement in your head, that's the enemy. That's not you.
That's why I always say I am not my thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard that shit and I swear I played that at least 4 times. I almost tied to his church today simply because of that.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I feel like everybody should know that. Like, I've never had it put into words like
Right.
that, but it makes so much sense.
It's wild. It's fucking wild. All right, let's go. There's some more super chats coming in. I'm going to just read these real quick.
Okay.
This one is from Rick O, $1.99, no text. Thank you for that. And then this one is from Danish. I can't remember the word I wanted to say. No.
Unfortunate.
Oh, wait, there's another one. Maybe she remembered.
That reminds me, I need to do my sign language tonight.
Marinated chicken, jasmine rice, green beans, and carrots for 14 meals. Sounds like a good meal. Jasmine rice is pretty good. Basmati rice is lower on the glycemic index, but that doesn't really matter. Jasmine rice is good too. All right, let's do some Q&A. Let's kill some time. We have an hour and 13 minutes
Yeah.
until we go live on Patreon.
Do you want food?
I'm fucking starving.
Fantastic. Steve, are you hungry?
No, thank you.
Okay. Not Outback. Not
We can do Outback. Yeah, I'm down for a burger.
Yes.
All right, guys.
I
So
love their mac and cheese. Thank you.
tour guide Barbie said, when I get those thoughts, I remind myself, God said, I'm to die for. He say, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Jody said, I love the epiphany. Epiphany makes so much sense. Thanks for saying that. I didn't do it. He said it. I just repeated it because that was fucking huge for me. Like that, you hear some shit every once in a while and you got to pause it and reflect. Do you do that when you read? Like when because you physically read and I audiobook everything.
Yes.
But when you read, do you have to set the book down and be like, okay, wait a minute. Whoa, slow the fuck down. I need a minute. Do you do that? Okay.
So I take out my highlighter and I highlight whatever just did that, and I'll close it with my thumb on the page, and I process.
Okay.
It's a lot. And then I'll go back and I'll read it 2 or 3 times and I'll really like follow that train of thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that a lot, especially when I'm not driving, obviously. But I have had times where I've been driving on the interstate and had to pull off the interstate and like had to stop driving for a minute to really like let something that I've read sink in. But that happened today. I'm back here fulfilling t-shirt orders and had to pause it, like hit back 30 seconds a couple times and then played it again. And it is a lot. It's a lot to think about. It's a lot to take in.
Would you like a drink, babe?
Yes. Julie Rock said for $1.99, peaches, don't forget to say Caribbean for Danny. Peaches, don't forget to say Caribbean for Danny.
Caribbean.
I don't get it.
So in the women's chat in the Discord earlier, I accidentally added everybody from one of the other chats. And people were popping up like, why was I tagged? I was like, I didn't tag you. I was like, what did I do? And I posted a GIF of Captain Jack Sparrow.
Ah. Okay.
So, Caribbean. Oh, no.
Caribbean. Ashley Malone sent us a super chat for $2.79 and said, I have BPD also, and you both have helped me a lot. Thank you. I'm glad that we can help you. I hope that you're doing a lot to learn and grow from your borderline. Having a diagnosis doesn't mean shit other than you know how to take care of yourself now.
Yeah.
You have a name for something, and when you name something, you have power over it. That's why, and I'm going to do it again. I'm doing it again. That's why when God was like, you get to name all the animals, you can name everything. That's part of the creation process. So you have a name. You have power over that shit. Bender the Offender sent us a $20 super chat. Said, so my father, 53, my sister, 29, and me, 23, live together. My father has not had a job in 15 years. He does not contribute to the household like me and my sister do. Should we kick him out? He is a diabetic.
Why is he not working?
Right. At 53 years old, he should be capable of working. But is he a diabetic that can't feel his feet?
Is there a medical condition that's connected to the diabetes? That's utensils. Yes, please.
So I want to know why he doesn't work, because that's going to answer a lot of our questions, and then we can probably delve into that a little bit more. Also, keep in mind that you lived with him, assuming you lived with him for the first 18 years of your life and didn't contribute either. So
Good point.
that's what family's supposed to do. Odds and Ends with Love, cool name, said, how do you deal with your self-doubt in a positive way? My husband doesn't play a part in why I have self-doubt. I want to overcome it. Can you help?
So when I have self-doubt, a lot of my doubt comes into like me being a good mom, or like in moments where I know that I frustrated you, like I question everything about my being. In those moments, I have to recognize that that is an illogical thought process, because I would not be where I am in life if I was not the person that I am. You would not be with me if I was not the person that I am. Our kids would not be who they are if I was not me. So I have to separate the mental illness from reality. Yeah. And there are times I have to ask you for reassurance, and you always give it to me.
Positive affirmations goes a long way. If he doesn't play a part in why you have self-doubt, maybe you should lean into the fact that he's there. Right? So like, if I was having self-doubt and me being able to properly lead our house financially, spiritually, whatever, and I was really struggling with that, I would pray about it first, but I would also come to you and be like, babe, I'm really struggling right now. And me letting you know that I'm dealing with that struggle would give you the opportunity to be a crutch and to lift me back up. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do with your partner.
Right.
So if you're married, or she said husband, so if your husband doesn't play a part in it, he should be there to be that crutch and to be your rock and like to pick you up when you're down. It's the whole point of having a teammate. If you don't have that, then you don't really have a teammate. Yeah? Okay. Anything else on that one? Because this shit's jumping.
Yeah, I'm seeing a
Super
lot.
chat. There's a
lot
very interesting one coming up too. You guys need to take a look at.
All right. I got to go back into the actual screenshots that you sent.
Yep.
I'm going to kill TikTok.
Cool.
All right. Farewell, TikTok. If you'd like to continue being part of the conversation, go over to YouTube. Thank you for being here tonight, guys.
All right. So I believe. Yeah. All right. You want me to pull this back up for you to read?
Okay.
You do better when you read it. So.
All right. So from Kim, just popping in to say hi. You guys are amazing. Friday payday is finally the day I get to join Discord.
Love
hell
that.
yeah.
When you get in there, make sure you say hello to everyone. Discord is one of those things that is like most things in life. The more you use it, the more value you will get. For people who are super shy and timid and don't want to be a bother and afraid that people are going to like shit on them, don't really get a lot out of Discord. Utilize that shit. People in there are super friendly. All right, what's this one? And that reaction is exactly why you had to say it. That was from Julie Rocks.
What was it?
The Caribbean thing.
Oh, gotcha.
Caribbean.
Oh, from Maya. If you are talking one side, if when you're talking one side doesn't feel heard. If when you're talking one side doesn't feel heard.
Yeah, that needs to be a whole lot more to that statement.
Okay.
Because that doesn't make any sense.
I don't
kind of
understand.
get what they're saying. Like, if you're the one talking, the other side doesn't feel heard because it takes two people to have a conversation.
Right.
But that comes down to communicating. Like, if you're just talking and the other person's not listening, you're not communicating. Communication is a two-way street. You have to be engaged from both sides. We need more information on that one. What about that one?
From Rebecca, you've helped me realize I don't need to have a relationship with my father.
Nope, you don't need to have a relationship with anyone. Protect
Yeah.
your peace at all costs.
From
Oop.
KK, my fiance got upset about the comedian video earlier. Really? I didn't like it, and we got into an argument because he said I shouldn't take it so seriously. He ended up leaving our home.
Wow.
Very emotional.
Right.
Very emotional reaction to that.
I need a whole lot of more information on that one. I need a lot of information on that. So, how did you respond to it?
I was just getting ready to ask, what was your
Right.
verbiage?
Or maybe I struck a nerve by saying that you just didn't fucking care about your people anymore.
Yeah.
And there might have been revelation there, and now he's driving around thinking about it. I don't know. I'm just making shit up at this point because there's not enough information there. But I am curious how that was handled and why it got to that extreme.
That is a pretty extreme reaction.
Right.
Or fallout. Course of events. From Stefani, what do you think about the ex-wife who asked on TikTok if she should move in with ex-husband and his wife because it's easier for the kids? That sounds absolutely bonkers to me.
Well, they would be in a guest house. So
Oh, would be in the guest house.
So right.
Okay.
So that would be like your ex-husband living in the other house on our property.
I read that as would be a guest in the house.
Yeah.
Got a $50 one that just came through.
Okay. Do you want to post that? We'll get to that one next. That actually doesn't sound bad to me.
Right.
If you have two parents that can co-parent effectively and like you guys aren't together anymore, you know that you don't fucking work. And that was the case. Like if that had a bathroom in it and the kids were going to have the best fucking life possible and we were to move the two of them into the guest house, I would have no issues with that.
I agree.
Y'all stay the fuck in your house. We'll stay in ours.
Right.
And the kids can come over whenever they want and visit. Like,
Yeah. That's actually a dream of mine. Like 10, 15 years to be able to...
on 10 or 15 acres. So they
Right.
can be on one side and we can be on the other and the kids can ride quads to and from the house.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that would be dope as fuck.
It would be.
So if that's what they're talking about, I'm here for that.
Yeah.
I think if they're living within the same house, there could be a lot of drama.
Right. There could be because there would be a lot of
There's no
emotional
privacy.
baggage that still like hasn't been or potentially has not been resolved.
Right.
I think that a lot of that comes down to the relationship that you have with people. It really does. And it also comes
Yeah.
down to respect and maybe even a little bit of fear. You know what I mean? Like there's a whole lot of things that can play into that. But if that's one of those things where you think that the other person may still have feelings for the other person,
That's a problem.
yeah, it's a fucking problem. Don't do that.
Yeah.
All right. You want to read this one? We'll jump to the 51.
Another one from Kim. Oh, now that I remember Peaches, how do you deal with anxiety? I've had super intense attacks lately and would be interested in how you deal with it. I separate myself. Our toilet is separate from our bathroom, like there's a door. And sometimes I will just go in there and sit for a minute and fucking breathe. And if it's not to that extreme, I will go and walk outside and just take a moment and calm myself down. I don't focus on thoughts. I'll take note of thoughts. Like a busy interstate, just cars going past me. Like that's all I got.
My anxiety, the only thing that my anxiety affects that I can't just shut off is texture.
Yeah.
Like panic attacks from texture shit. But if it's one of those things where like I'm having a really bad anxiety moment, I just have to remind myself that nothing's trying to kill me. Like this is my physiological response from not having true threats in life anymore. I have clean drinking water. I have food that can be delivered to my house at any time. I'm not running from lions and elephants. There's nobody chasing after me with a gun. Like my body is looking for a reason to have this response because I haven't had any real threats lately. And once I realize that this is not something to really panic over, I'm normally able to talk myself out of that, but it's a physiological response.
Textures is another one for me. I will cut shirts off of my body.
Yeah, I freaked out once over a shirt. Had a full-blown panic attack over it. Couldn't get it off fast enough. Like, I've only experienced that to that degree once, but it was bad. So, you want to read this $50?
Bender the Offender. Holy shit. Thank you. Forgot to mention, my mother died when I was 8. And after that, he went to bars, would bring women over 3 years after mom's death. And it got to the point where my sister took care of me. And when I got old enough, she ran away from home for a while.
I'm assuming this is the dad,
The diabetic
Yeah.
father.
So, your mother passing away when you were 8 sucks, and I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sure that it sucked for him too, but 3 years is a long time. Did you expect him to not ever date again?
Right.
Like, should he have just been alone and miserable because his wife passed? Like, that's one of those things that you need to have a little bit of grace and understand that people get lonely in life. But I still would like to know about the health risks of the whole, should I kick my dad out because he's
Right.
diabetic? All right, let's go back up because there was All right, that was the anxiety question.
Odds and ends with love. Thank you so much for that advice. I will work on it and wanted to say that I really value your advice. P.S. Love you both. You are both amazing.
I don't remember what advice we gave, but I know it was recent because I remember the name.
Okay.
Oh, that one we just read.
Megan Bernard, hello from the UK. I've been in 2 abusive relationships over 6 years. And you guys have taught me not to take that toxicity. Thank you so much. I'm so happy with my healthy relationship now. So peaceful.
So let's talk about that for a minute. All you need is to know your self-worth. And everything changes. Literally everything changes. And it doesn't even have to be conflict. I know what I am. I love myself. I'm not going to allow anyone to treat me that way. Period. And if you're going to treat me that way, I'm out. You don't have to scream. You don't have to yell. You don't have to threaten. You don't have to curse. Just straight to the fucking point. And the moment that they overstep that boundary and treat you that way, you've already made it clear that you're not willing to accept anything less from your person. I'm out. It's crazy how life changes when you have that realization.
It's also crazy to see how someone's demeanor changes when you no longer tolerate their yelling, for example.
Yeah. Right? Yep.
Is this another one?
This is the guy that left the house.
Okay. He tends to leave a lot. I agreed with Peaches that I tend to bid for attention. And he sometimes ignores me. And then he got upset and started yelling. When he left, he told me to go back to my mom's.
Wow. I'm assuming that you guys live together or you're visiting right now for him to say go back to your mom's. But
Right.
If you're living together and he told you to go back to your mom's because you expressed to him that you were putting in a request for connection and him not paying attention to your request for connection is a problem for you, go back to your fucking mom's. Absolutely go back to your mom's.
Yeah.
That says a lot about his willingness to accept your needs. If Peaches said to me, babe, I need you for 5 minutes to just listen to me vent. I don't give a fuck what I'm doing. You have my undivided attention. I am your fucking crutch right now, babe. Let me have it. I'm Atlas. I will hold your fucking world up while you unload, and then we're done. You're going to tell me this is on my back. But it's not hard. It's not fucking hard to give your person 5 minutes of your time. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
If this is your relationship and this is the way it is, and he's comfortable with yelling at you, denies your request for connection, and is
And
now
kicking
threatening
you
to
out.
kick you out because he didn't like that you were requesting connection and verbalizing your needs to him, that's not the one. That's not the one. Full chest.
There's a man out there that would apologize for slacking like that.
I would. If you
I
were,
meant for her.
Bruh. All right, we got another 50. I'm scrolling down for it.
Okay. From Amy, my mind is my own worst enemy. The struggle is real. I just wanted to thank you both for sharing your experience and wisdom, creating a safe space for people who want to learn, grow, and better themselves, being comfortable in the discomfort of growth.
Ooh, well said. Amy, are you part of the Discord or our Patreon? I would highly suggest you get in there if you're not.
Oh, no.
The ability to have conversations when you are in that need, whether it's you're in a dark spot or it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you're fucking going through it.
That was my phone.
Okay. Goes a long way. And that Discord always has people active in it. So going back up to where we were. That last super chat really bothered me. The one from KK.
Yeah. Aloha Snack Bar again. We are painting pumpkins while watching your live. Pictures will be posted in Discord.
Kids,
I got a quick question.
Okay.
For Aloha Snack Bar. Were you ever in Bahrain? Because that was the name of the little kitchen out on the flight line. It was called Aloha Snack Bar.
Huh.
Yeah.
Good question.
I have to know.
Yeah. From Zoe, thank you too. I have been able to evolve out of being someone who withheld emotions to people please. Thank you.
how has your life improved since you stopped doing that?
About to say, I bet you feel so free.
Right. You're valued.
Yeah.
Right? So when you stop people pleasing, the people that matter most to you in life are either going to realize that you're not going to allow them to walk on you anymore, or they're going to go, oh my God, they came out of their shell.
They're going to be super supportive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild to me. We got another 50, so I'm going back.
Stand by.
Okay. We'll read another one. We'll wait on that one to load. Nope, we did that one.
From Erica, don't forget utensils. I got the utensils. We're good.
That's funny.
Chris made sure to get me some extras earlier.
Yeah, she said, "Oh, they didn't give us the utensils for our food." I'm like, "I got you, babe. Your husband's got you."
From Tony, people getting away with toxic behavior because of genetics needs to be a thing that people prioritize. Just because there is shared DNA does not automatically mean you need to be the most important thing in someone's life.
I'm really glad they clarified that because I didn't understand the whole sharing genetics thing or
Right.
because of genetics. And I'm like, are you saying that like, is that like a fancy way of saying toxic or feminine masculinity? Or
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I agree with that, meaning that you don't have to be the most important thing in someone's life. There are parents out there that take that shit way too far.
Yeah. You don't have the right to be in somebody's life.
No, you don't.
You earn the right to be in somebody's life.
Correct.
And when you start doing foul shit and treating people horribly and they write you the fuck off, don't play the victim. You know what the fuck you did.
Yeah.
I'm real big on that. Go
Sorry.
ahead.
Not even necessarily to their face. You know what you did behind closed doors. Yeah.
Yeah, you can save that shit for somebody who gives a fuck. I'm going to protect my peace at all costs. I have had enough turmoil and enough nastiness in my life that I don't do ugly anymore.
Yeah.
So you're either going to bring something of value or be peaceful or you can fucking kick rocks. I don't care who you are. I'm good on that.
Another one from Kim. I'm definitely going to try that and separate myself and also tell myself I'm not an immediate threat. Most recent was going through the car wash. I'm claustrophobic and started freaking out. Wasn't fun. In moments like that, you know you're getting ready to exit that car wash.
Yep.
Deep breathe.
That's one of those things that you can't focus on it. If you're claustrophobic and you go into that and you're like, okay, I got 30 seconds left. And you start counting that 30 seconds, it's going to get so much fucking worse.
Yeah.
Because you're now hyper-focusing on that. You can't ignore it because ignoring it is obviously not an option when you're going through that. But when you're doing a countdown, it's not a good thing either. I'd put on music or play on my phone.
Shift your focus.
Yeah. Yep. We do live together. I am actively trying to leave. Well, he told you to go back to your mom's, so.
Yep.
Oh, man.
I would leave and never look back.
Yeah, I would too.
Delete his number, block him on everything. Fuck all that.
James said, I don't know how or what Discord is. Send me the link. James, I will talk to the mods about getting you in there. That's behind a paywall because of Patreon. But you're like a brother to me, so I'm sure that I can make that happen at least for a little while. But we'll look into that afterwards. Wow.
Okay. Rizzo, I want out of my 20-year relationship. How to leave.
I need a whole lot of information there.
Yeah.
Are you a stay-at-home? Because that makes it a whole lot harder.
Is he abusive?
Right. Do you have children? Are you married? Do you have any type of savings at your own?
Is it your house?
Do you have a prenuptial? Like, yeah, there's a lot. That's a hard question, and there's nowhere near enough information. I got to be honest, I appreciate the super chat, but the best thing you can do is send us an email and be as detailed as possible. We also will be doing a Zoom call Patreon in about an hour. So for those of you who are part of our Patreon community, if you've got email sent in and you're willing to be a recorded Zoom call while we read your content, we are trying to move into that, but we are starting that exclusively with Patreon members. But your shit's got to be screened and the Wizards got to approve it because we're not doing that.
I'm getting an energy drink.
Oh, no.
What?
Would you like me to get you an energy drink so you don't have to get up?
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
It's going to cost you another 10 smoochies. So we're at 40 now.
Okay.
And I'm taking a sip of your energy drink.
Sold.
Do you want a green one or a red one?
Is the red one sour?
Yes, it's the Sour Patch Kids or the Warhead.
I'll do the Sour Patch Kids.
This one is not as sour.
Okay. Watching you walk across the room is worth the 10 smoochies.
Our kids love that. I think it's annoying as shit.
I hate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is it still light outside?
Yeah, it's getting dark
Oh
though.
my gosh, I feel
finally.
like it's 11 o'clock at night.
We have some guests coming up this month that I'm pretty excited about. You got the chick who used to be the African hippie on TikTok is coming.
I'm obsessed with her.
She's now not the African hippie because got banished and had to create a new account. And her husband, they have a joint account called Hippiecrats. They're both coming down in December. We have conservative aunt coming on the show. We have the older millennial coming on the show. Mm-hmm. We have Matt Bell coming on the show. We have half of our Discord moderators showing up in December. We have or in October. I mean later this month.
I have random fans coming onto the show.
Like that one.
That was good. That was good.
Dad joke.
No, random women who have emailed in to be on the women's segment. I have booked 2 of them.
Ryan, I feel like I know that you're in the Discord, but are you? Like, I know that you ordered something recently because I saw your name on something that we sent out, but like...
I'm almost certain he is.
Right. Thank you guys so much watching your live to help me keep me grounded and not have my day destroyed by what I'm dealing with.
I'm glad it's helped.
Dude, if you're not in the men's group, get in the men's group. That's what we're there for. Also, for the men who are in the men's group, if you are part of this live stream tonight, know that we are starting, Chapter 5 started today, and we are going to be doing all of our...
man meetings?
Yeah, man meetings is not what I wanted to call it, but that's that's what they're known as in the house. All of our live calls will be done on Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern time moving forward.
Cass, there's a here in the chat, Contraband Joe. I can get you Pauly Shore.
That would be gangster.
But it's spelt wrong. Polly.
Pulley Shore?
Yeah, is it like the Yakov Smirnoff version?
Yeah. Right, or is this a porn guy? Like, that's funny. Somebody said that they would love to see Brett Cooper on your show.
Me too. Just a disclaimer for the women's group. If I don't hear back from you within 2 days, I'm going to fill the offered spot to somebody else.
Ooh, that's good. I wouldn't even give them that long.
Yeah.
I would give them 12 hours. With the amount of emails that you're getting, you've had over
24 hours.
Yeah. 12.
12 hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're taking this serious, you get back to me in 12 hours.
All right. So you have 12 hours to respond to my email of a set date, and if you don't respond, I will fill it with somebody else.
Yeah, you have way too much going. I even switched it from Peaches to interview at tobebetter.com so that we can help filter, because some people are just sending you thank you emails and shit and I don't want you to get bogged down with that. So I'm trying to like mediate a little bit to take some of that.
I appreciate that.
Right? But like, yeah, if you send an email and you don't get back to us for 3 days, you obviously aren't very serious about it.
Yeah.
All right, we have another super chat.
From Rick. Thoughts on relationship without little sex. Sometimes I feel like the bad guy for wanting to have sex, then get bummed, and it affects my communication.
So is it that you don't have the drive or that your partner doesn't have the drive? Mm-hmm. Because that's relative information. It's pertinent information.
Has it always been that way?
Right. If it's a you thing without the drive, if it's a you thing with the drive, then it could be that your hormones are off, your intimacy coming from your partner is off. There could be a whole lot of things there. If it's your partner that's off, and I'm assuming you're a guy because of the name on here, you need to regain intimacy from your partner. You need to show them that they matter. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. I don't know women the way that women know women, but it's always been to my understanding that when you feel appreciated, safe, and secure, that's when your intimacy is going to be at its highest, because you don't have to really worry about much because, your husband's got you.
I would add understanding in that too.
Elaborate.
So
help me understand.
So adding on to the 3 that you listed, I would put understanding into that category as well. I could feel safe, provided for. What was the other one you said? Protected. If I don't feel like you understand what I'm going through emotionally, there is a void there.
Okay.
My emotions, speaking for myself, my emotions are 100% tied to me wanting intimacy from you. So if I feel as if my emotions are being swept under the rug, or you're not taking the time to try to understand, there's going to be a cut tie there.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the exact opposite for me.
Huh.
It's not. I mean, there's emotion tied to it, but it's not the same. For me, I need to feel like, oh man, that's gonna sound really bad, but it's true.
Okay.
I am at the top of my game when I feel like the fucking man in life. Like, and I'm winning in all facets. You have everything that you fucking need. The kids are taken care of. The bills are taken care of. Money's flowing in, and we got free time. Game the fuck on. It doesn't take much. And like, for example, yesterday, I was laying there in bed, and like, you know, when we lay down at night, I pray. Every night when we lay down, I mentally go through, and it's just gratitude. I'm not asking for nothing. I'm not
Right.
praying for other people. I'm just giving my thank yous for everything that I got. And I went through that checklist, did my little amen, and I'm like, I'm the fucking man. Like, our life is dope as shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you had an amazing interview. Everything was
Yeah.
fucking top tier on that. And we came home and like, I was just, that goes a long fucking way for a dude. For me. I don't know about other guys. It may not matter to them. It matters to me.
So you mean like being the provider? Like,
They're just knowing that I'm nailing it in life. Like that,
Okay.
it does a lot for me mentally. Like, so I think that I'm a little bit more on my game when I feel appreciated and like that I'm doing what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. That may not make sense to anyone else, but it
It
does
makes
to me.
sense.
So I'll go with it.
excuse me.
Don't laugh at me, Steve.
I'm not laughing. I'm the same way, dude.
All right. Ryan said he is in the Discord and he signed up for chapter 5. Good. So when we are done with this, I will get in there and check in on you. Zoe Foster said it's a work in progress. Years of emotional invalidation has made the progress slow, but yes, my life is changing for the better.
That's dope.
That was the self-worth one, right?
I think so.
Okay. Here you go, babe.
All right, from Alex. I'm the one coming to Florida for 3 months, January to March, for the MSAT. Would you be opposed to having a blue-collar 21-year-old for an interview as a perspective of a younger follower?
On what?
On what? That's a good question.
Right, on the podcast or the women's segment? Because if it's the women's segment, I have nothing to say there. That's your department.
I mean,
If it's for the podcast itself, maybe, but you need to fill out the follow-up email that's got the questionnaires on it so that we know what you're doing. You got to do that anyways, but I'm not opposed to having anyone on the podcast. There are just certain topics that I'm not willing to discuss.
Right.
And if you're coming on here to try to like negate our thoughts or to question our convictions,
or aggressively debate us.
right, I'm not doing that. If you
Yeah.
want to have an intelligent conversation and you're not a fuckface, I would be open
here
to that.
for it.
Right. The problem is people are so quick to name call and be belligerent, and like that could be bad for your health.
Yeah.
Alex said I'm also in Discord, so we can clear that up. Also, what?
I was going to read that.
Oh, is that what you were reading when you said
Yeah.
also? Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Error 404, page not found.
From Julie, just want to say thank you to you both again for the goodies with my order. Headed down to Key West on the 20th and ready to do my thing with the stickers again.
Love that. Julie's our own personal graffiti artist with stickers.
He was packaging your shirts and went, I'm going to put some extra stickers in here so you can put in places in Key West.
I actually did. Yep. That's
Yeah.
funny. That's funny. Have a terrible day said, hey, Peaches, I received the questionnaire a second time when I responded to the first email. You will receive it every time because it is a vacation auto reply.
Yes.
So you will get that every single time you send us an email. If you've already filled it out, just ignore it.
Yeah. That is a questionnaire to go through because those are the questions I'm going to ask every single one of you.
Yep. I actually I took a screenshot of that. A copy and paste of that and put it to the interview one as well. So people who email the interview one will get that same email.
Okay.
Alex Boyce said for the podcast specifically, send us an email at tobebetter.com and fill out the questionnaire thing so that I can see it. And then I'll get back to you on that. Because if you're going to be here in January, February, or March, or whenever you're going to come down, we might as well try to figure out how to make that work. Where do I find I just answered you. That was good timing. There's a delay. So you obviously asked that as I was answering you, but You'll hear it in a second. Stay tuned. And you'll hear that after the fact, so I'm a dumbass, but whatever.
That was fun.
All right. I try to keep up, but is there a video on women and their masculine energy and dating? I have heard To Be Better talk about it, and I am looking for more input. That was from Ann Larson. I feel like we have done that.
I think so too. We're not the ones to ask.
Oh, man. I feel like that's in the side piece before we changed it to R&R.
Yeah. I feel like Zach would know.
Zach would probably know.
Yeah.
Or Heather.
Yeah, Heather.
Heather would know that question too. I don't know though. Heather's watched so much of our content to do stamps. Who fuck knows? I've been following you guys on TikTok for a while now, and you guys have been helping me so much with perspective on life and relationships. As a Christian myself, it's super exciting to hear y'all are.
What are you reading from?
Just the chat. Do you want me to swap them?
Yes, please.
Boom.
Thank you.
Sorry. I was multitasking. I have multiple screens. Just makes my life easier. All right. Bake Danny said I give up on typing. I don't know why. Jess Banks said I'm heading to Key West for a vacation in January, so excited for the time away. I hope you have a better time there than I did.
Yeah. Stamps. What do you mean? What about stamps? Like To Be Better stamps? What are you stamping?
I have no idea. Shout out to Gremlin Girl. First day seizure free.
That's dope.
Got so much done. Thanks for all your support. I'm proof that there's no reason not to get shit done. Thank you.
I love her energy.
I'm glad that she's still here. You know, she almost walked away from the Discord for a little while.
Really? I do remember that, yeah. I'm glad you didn't.
Look at these they're coming through. Zach.
R&R4?
Yeah, came through. Yep, you guys doing a thing.
That's crazy.
Taylor said, I'll be in Florida October 6th through 14th and would love to be on the women's segment, maybe even regarding my email. I don't know what your email was. We are going to really screen emails. If we were to ever read any of that in-house, like, it's got to be a good fucking email. No trauma dumping.
Yeah.
No bullshit. It needs to be questions that actually have solutions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we ever did that, even though it's not my segment, I'm going to be, like, nitpicky as a motherfucker because I have, like, I'm behind the scenes of all of this.
Yeah.
And if I have to sit there with headphones on and be silent, I'm going to at least enjoy my time.
Right.
It took everything I had not to be like, yeah, baby, fucking get that shit. While you guys were talking last night, that was one of the best interviews I have ever listened to.
Really?
You and Caitlin together, because of the way you feed off of each other, was one of the most like laid back, happy, just genuine conversations. It wasn't like a true interview. There wasn't like, well, what did you do in 1926?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you guys just had a free flowing. It was fucking chef's kiss. It was the tits.
I love that you said that. There were multiple times where I was like, oh my God, I'm tanking this. So I appreciate you saying that.
No, you guys killed it. She said timestamps. What about it? I do it. Yes, you do. We were looking for something and Zach beat you to it. How's the women's group for a practicing Jew? I don't think
What do you mean?
that matters.
What was the question?
How is the women's group for a practicing Jew? Are you saying that because of your faith you can't have camaraderie with people? Because I disagree.
Okay.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm very perplexed by that. I don't understand what one has to do with the other.
Right. Do you think that we're somehow like secretly racist? And you're worried about that being a thing in the women's group? Like, we have people in the women's group who aren't religious at all.
Right. I mean, we have a faith chat.
We do. We have it for the
And-
men's group too.
I mean, I don't know if there's multiple faiths in that chat. People go in there and talk religion, and I don't know if there's multiple faiths in that chat because I've never cared enough to ask. It's just a platform for people to
Connect.
be spiritual and
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Watching y'all, I hope Chris can be an amazing male influence for my 16-year-old son. I fucking hope I can too. I hope I can too. That's the goal, right? Like that is the goal. This is, oh man. So real shit, guys. We make money doing what we do, right? We have turned this into an actual corporation. It is a legitimate business.
Yes.
And we have multiple streams of revenue, but we get a spiritual satisfaction from what we're doing.
Yes.
There is a growth. There's a gratitude. There's a whole lot that comes into the ability to be able to get paid for helping people. It makes it feel like even on the bad days, it's not just like, fuck, we got to do this to get paid. It's like, all right, let's do this. You know, there's an excitement behind it. Sometimes it's very taxing mentally,
Yes.
but it's always good on the other end, you know?
My back is bothering me.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I'm shifting around so much, guys. Our food's finally been picked up.
Fucking Zach. That was that response was to my son's dad, Odin. He needs a male influence that he no longer has. So have him watch the gentleman video.
Yeah.
You know, that's a big deal. We you don't have to have a male influence in your life to have access to what it is to be a good man, right? I didn't have that. I had a couple people that came in and out of my life that showed me what it was to be a good man, but they weren't there long enough for me to learn the ways from them, so to speak. Like they made an impact on my life, and I knew that I didn't want to be like the other people in my life. And I did the work. And now the work is out there. And because I'm reading the books and having the conversations, like I hope to be that one day. I truly hope to be that one day. We interviewed Nikita this morning, and he said that this is sound really shitty.
Oh, okay.
Real shit. This is gonna sound shitty. When
Okay.
people say things to me like, I ask myself, how would he handle this in the moment? I always go, bullshit.
Same.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you really can't hold me in that high of a regard.
Right.
And I know that people do it because of the podcast, because they've said it as much, like
Right.
in emails and shit. But when he said that to us today during that interview, it took me back a minute, like, because I have been a mentor to this kid since he was a teenager. So knowing that I have had that kind of impact on his life, knowing that when he was in a really bad depression, he asked himself, like, what would Chris tell me right now? Like, that gives me like a whole level of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
With great power comes great responsibility kind of shit. Like, but he's a really good kid. Like, I mean, he's a fucking grown man now. He's almost 30, but still, like, I don't know.
It's a lot to process.
It is.
Like, I legit think, what would Jesus do in this moment?
Yeah.
And that is the only person I think that to, because there really aren't a lot of people I hold in a high regard where I want to follow that thought process, you know?
Yeah.
It's flattering. It's an honor. It's a lot to process. It feels good to know that we are the type of human beings that people look to in that way.
It's fucking wild.
Like, we give people hope. There is hope in that when people go, okay, what would they do in this moment?
Yeah. So I also thought the other day, and I think that you and I might have talked about this vaguely, very little. I know that it did get brought up though. We've both been through a lot, right? Like I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot. I've been homeless, jailed, fucking dropout, broke, lived in a car for a while, lived on a Walmart for a while, lived in a park for a while, stayed inside a Dunkin' Donuts that were 24 hours just because it was too cold to be outside. Like I've been through a lot of fucking hardships, and I've done a lot of foul shit, and I've had a lot of foul shit done to me. But I truly believe that all of those hardships were to get me here.
Right.
Because if I had a perfect life and everything was amazing the whole way through, how am I going to relate to somebody who's really going through it, who's thinking about putting it in their mouth and letting it go? You know what I mean? Like, I've been there. I've been that guy that's parked on a fucking road in the middle of nowhere because I knew I wouldn't be bothered and it would be days before anybody found me type shit. I am able to relate to people who have been abused. I'm able to relate to people who don't have shit. I can relate to people who have a lot.
Our food's approaching.
Because of the life that I've lived. I got it. And I think that we went through those hardships to be able to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Hold on.
Was not anticipating that.
Nope.
Are you having a good night, Steve?
Every time I'm with you guys, it's awesome. We can be sitting here dead silence like I was earlier for the interview, and I was having the time of my life.
What am I taking? Okay.
Got it?
Yes. Even sitting in silence in a room with you, I appreciate your presence.
It's a gift.
What, my silence is a gift?
Your presence.
Oh, yes. Yes, it
Bad
is.
jokes.
I'm kidding. Got a really cool super chat for you, though.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right. I guess I don't need this since we're not watching videos anymore. Cerulean Firefly said, hello and happy Sunday. Sunday night, y'all. Fun question for you both. If you could go anywhere in the world at any time, past or present, you could travel together to this place during any time period, where would it be? And what time period / year would you pick? I gotta be honest, I ain't going nowhere that don't have AC.
Give me a second. I'm gonna need you to read that one more time.
Yeah. Is that mine? Yeah. You can just set it over there. I think that we'll probably cut this off 15 minutes before the Patreon live so I don't have to eat. Yeah.
All right. What was the question?
Here.
Okay. Hello and happy Sunday night, y'all. Fun question for you both. If you can go anywhere in the world at any time, past or present, you could time travel together to this place during that any time period. Where would it be? What time period / year would you pick? Japan. I want to be a geisha.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You really like that movie, huh?
I love the etiquette of it all. It's
Yeah.
very graceful, very elegant. There's a poise to everything that they do. Yeah.
Okay, so let's add a caveat. If you, because this is made up scenario, right? If you could
Yes.
magically do this, could you magically know the language and etiquette of that time frame? Because that matters. Because if we went back to Japan at that time frame and we couldn't speak Japanese,
And I look like this.
right? Yeah, that could not go well for us.
Right.
So that matters.
That does matter. Yeah. That does matter. I hate that it matters. I mean, of course it would matter.
No way. Gremlin Girl said, "Don't come to the UK. We don't have AC." Is that for real? You guys don't have
That is
central heat and
true,
air
yeah.
over there?
It's
Really?
very
Why?
true.
When I was in France, the only buildings that had ACs were newer hotels.
What? Wait, why? Why is that not a thing? Do they not need it? Does it? What is the average temperature year round over there?
From my understanding, they have not needed it. This past year, though, has been record-breaking heat over in Europe.
Jordan P said you have to chase peaches as a time traveler. I would chase peaches. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all know that I lead. So don't get it twisted. But if she's like, hey, and walked away, I'd be like, yes, ma'am. And I would follow because simp. Okay, Neubauer said, Chris and Peach, a simple thank you, killing it with a heart. Thank you for that.
Yeah, when I was in France, I was there in April. This was in 2015. The highest temperature was like high 70s.
That's a good day.
Yeah. It was overcast and rainy. I loved my time out there.
Do you have heaters? Is that a thing? Like you just don't have air conditioning? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I want to ever go to anywhere. The UK is no longer on our fucking list of travel plans, babe. I'm not going somewhere. Does Ireland have air conditioning? What about like Scotland? Like I want to see these places, but I can't sleep if it's fucking 90 degrees. I need an ice bath. Get one of those fans that go up with the tubes into the blankets.
So having myself been to the UK, yes, they have radiators that radiate heat during the wintertime and things like that. It's not too terrible. You'd actually love it over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Julie said, Steven, you are definitely a great addition to the pod. We appreciate you being there for the chaos.
Oh, thank you so much for your kind words. I thrive on chaos. You could say I'm a chaos coordinator.
gonna get you a plaque for your desk.
Yeah,
They
chaos
got them at
coordinator.
Hobby Lobby. I almost bought one.
Jess Banks said, I have been watching you guys since day one when you were just making TikToks, and I wanted to say thank you for helping mold me into the person that I am today and helping me see my true worth.
Hell yeah.
I love everything about that.
Me too.
Panda Kisses says, I live in Arizona where it can go up to 119 out here, and it sucks. Yes, it does. Arizona's a beautiful place to be, though.
I would bask in that heat.
Are we doing Sedona next year? Yeah. Thoughts on blocking/cutting out of our lives toxic in-laws who are verbally and emotionally abusive and genuinely narcissistic. Should my husband cut his family off to protect his peace and marriage? So first of all, are you diagnosing them as a narcissist, or are they diagnosed as narcissists? Because that word gets thrown around way too much, being that only 1 in 200 people are actually a narcissist.
Yeah.
Right. So can we stop using that as a general buzzword to like villainize people?
Right.
Because I got to be honest, that's not such a common thing. You have a higher probability of meeting a man who is taking care of a child, believing it is his that is not, than you do of actually meeting a narcissist by like 4 to 1. So with that being said, the other part of your question is yes, he absolutely should cut them off.
Yeah.
When you get married, your partner is supposed to be the number one priority in your life. You're not joining their family, you're creating your own.
Correct.
So the family members that are adjacent to you, the in-laws, so to speak, if they want to be a part of said family, they need to get their shit together. And they need to show respect in your home and respect to your person. And if they're not willing to do that, you can politely open the door and ask them to leave and tell them when they know how to behave themselves in a manner that behooves them, you will open the door back up. Until then, fuck off.
I love the word behooves.
I don't like the in-law thing.
Me either.
I think that there's a very a very real problem with in-laws who overstep thinking that their person, that like their son or their daughter, is the center of the universe. Or they think that the person that they're with them is not good enough.
Yeah.
And if your parent believes the person that you're with is not good enough and you marry them anyways, it doesn't fucking matter what they think because you married them, not the parents.
Correct.
Parents need to fucking know their role in things. When my daughter got married, regardless of how I felt about it,
It's not your life.
it's not my fucking life. If she's happy and she's taken care of, that's what matters to me. That's it. Narcissist Revisited is R&R 9. Yep. All right, guys, we have 20 minutes until our Patreon live. We're going to
shove
shut
food in
this
my
down
face.
so that we can eat, and then we will be live on Patreon. So for all of you Patreon subscribers, we will see you in like 20 minutes.
Thank you guys for being here tonight.
We will see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.